What's good, Counselor Comics? Welcome back to another edition of Dollar Bin Diving. Let's go.
Black is like the brightest day. Where are the heroes? Soon as they get here, everything will be alright. I need a hero. Someone superhuman who can come and save my life. Crisis after crisis.
What is good, Counselor Comics? Welcome to another edition of Dollar Bin Diving, where we go over all the books that we've picked up recently in a dollar bin. But before we get started, I need all of you guys to please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on the video, and please hit that bell for the notifications so you can get all new content every day. Okay, so what Dollar Bin Diving is here at the Council of Comics. Every now and then, maybe once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks, either myself or another member of the council will go to a comic shop, we'll dig through the dollar bins, we'll see some books that we want to get, and we'll see that they might have a little bit more value and we'll pick them up. So what this focuses on is each and every place that we go to and we dig through the dollar bins. Now, what's good about digging through the dollar bins is that sometimes you might find a key book. A key book is possibly a first appearance, first art, first story, a cameo, anything that gives significance to the book. And since there's thousands of books out there, some of them slip through the cracks and they end up in the dollar bin. And that's where guys like me and the rest of the council, we get in there and we pull them out. You know what I mean? So this video is part 2 of the hauls from the Newburgh Toy Show that we went to about a month or so ago. You can find the other video in the playlist inside our video list, whatever that thing is called. So this vendor that we got these set of books from, first of all, there's 16 books. We paid $16 for them, so that's $1 a piece, of course, Dollar Bin Diving. Who we got it from was a vendor called NE Comic and Toy. That's Jeff DePrez. So they're based out of New England. So shout out to Jeff DePrez and shout out to NE Comic and Toy. Because while we were digging through the down bins, they revealed to us that they were a subscriber to our channel and they watched our stuff. So they wanted to give us something to give away for our giveaway. So they gave us a Heroes in Crisis complete set of 1 through 9. Dope. They're all in very fine and near mint condition, most in near mint condition. And what we're going to do with these is give them away as part of our 500 subscriber giveaway, which will have about 3 prizes. It'll be a 3rd place, a 2nd place, and a first place. This will be either the 3rd or 2nd place. We haven't decided that yet. But shout out to NE Comic and Toy, Jeff DePrez, for giving us that giveaway. We thank you, man. We appreciate that. All right, so let's get into the books that we got over there. 16 books, remember, paid $1 a piece for them. I'm going to go over, I'm going to give you the price of what it's worth, whether it's a newsstand or not, whether we might get it graded or not. So, number 1 on the list, Secret Defenders number 1. This came out in 1993, I believe in November of 1993. Stars Doctor Strange, Darkhawk, Wolverine, Nomad, and Spider-Woman. This is also a newsstand edition. So the newsstand editions are a little bit more, I won't even say rare, but people go for them more because being that they're a newsstand, that means that they were inside a store, not a comic shop. So they were just put amongst all the magazines. It's very hard to find one in good condition. And we actually found one in really, really good condition. So I paid $1 for it, and this is about a $5 book. It's a $5 book. Pretty good. And hopefully we'll see something like this in the future of the MCU. Next up, we have a lot of X-Men. X-Men from the 90s. You guys know what I'm talking about. X-Men animated series time. Jim Lee's on the X-Men. Mark Silvestri, Rob Liefeld, that whole time period. So what we have here is X-Men number 2 from Jim Lee and Chris Claremont. This was a big time in comics. Jim Lee had taken over a new X-Men title. The X-Men number 1 is actually the biggest selling comic book in history, if you can believe it. I think it has about 8 million copies sold. So the thing about it is people say there's a lot of these out there. Yes, there are a lot of these out there. But for some reason, people keep snatching them up, making them worth value. So like this number 2, although I paid $1 for it, it's a $10 book. It's in great condition, no spine ticks, and probably something that you want to get graded for your collection. It'd be dope to have a collection of, say, X-Men 1 through 10 graded, right? 9, 6, 9, 8, preferably. And continuing, we also got X-Men number 3, also a Jim Lee art. This is worth $5. Paid $1, it's worth $5. X-Men number 6, which has an amazing Psylocke, Sabretooth, and Wolverine cover by Jim Lee. Very, very dope. This is a $10 book. It's in great condition. Got a good one here. $10 book. Very nice, right? Number 7 of X-Men. This is actually the second appearance of Omega Red. So this book is worth about $12. And it's in great condition. This is a book, like I said, maybe you want to get X-Men 1 through 10 graded, or maybe you want to get X-Men number 4 and X-Men number 7 graded. Pretty dope. Look at that. Amazing Jim Lee art. Let me tell you, Jim Lee was, still is. He's my favorite artist of all time. X-Men number 8, we got Bishop, Rogue, and Gambit, and a little Ghost Rider action down there at the bottom. Another one that's in great condition. This is a $10 book. Can you imagine when I saw all these in the dollar bin, I was like, oh, I gotta pick these up. Continuing the Ghost Rider storyline, this also crosses over with Ghost Rider. I forget which issue, but it is a crossover. It's dope Jim Lee, Wolverine, and Ghost Rider right there. This is a $5 book. And then X-Men number 10. These are all from 1992 to 1993. So these are literally like 20 years old, guys. These are 20-year-old books, if you can imagine that. For all the collectors out there that are my age, these are 20 years old, my G. This is about a $5 book, but it has one of my favorite characters, Longshot. Can't wait to see him in the MCU. And another dope cover by Jim Lee featuring Mojo. Very dope, very dope. So continuing the mutants, we also picked up a few X Factors. We have X Factor number 8. This is a $5 book, also in good condition. Very, very more than good condition, near mint condition. Excellent. X Factor was a group. The original X-Men consisted of Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Iceman, Angel, and Beast. And when they created a new team, these X-Men left off and made their own team called X Factor. And this is a series, and I really enjoy it. I'm trying to collect all the X Factor issues up to about, it's in the late 80s or 90s where that new team came in. I only like this team right here. We have X Factor number 7. This is the first appearance of Skids, of Bulk, of Glowworm, and Trish Tilby. So this is a key book. This is actually a $10 book, and again, in great condition. Great condition. This book is from 1986. All these books from X Factor are from 1986. So if you think about it, 10, 20, almost a 30-year book. Probably like 25 years or so. I don't want to do the math in my head. This is X Factor number 4. This is the first appearance of Frenzy, and it's also a newsstand. Remember what we said about those newsstands? People like to collect newsstands. We actually had somebody in the shop that was giving us like a story of newsstands. We're gonna have that video edited and put it out there of how we think certain books are rare and they're not, and certain newsstands are really hot that you need to collect. So this is a $8 book, issue number 4. And then we have issue number 3, 75 centa. Great condition. You always want to get issue 1 through 5 of these old books. This is about a $7 book. Pretty dope, right? We have Captain America number 305. This book is from 1985. This is a $7 book in great condition. I like to pick up little caps here and there that have, you'll see in the videos, you'll see me grab an occasional cap that has a dope cover. I believe this is no, Zek hadn't gotten onto the book yet, but this is still a great cover right here with Captain Britain and Captain America. Captain Britain coming soon. We'll see you in the MCU. Conan the King number 50. This is from 1989. This is a $5 book. I like to get the increments of 1, 25, 50, 75, 100, 150. Nice little milestone issues. We're still waiting on Conan the King as a movie. We'll see if that ever happens. Let's hopefully, God forbid, Arnold Schwarzenegger pass. Let's get that going before he passes. All right, get it out of here. Get it here now. We want to see it now. But this is in great condition. Probably toward the lower end of what I would grade just to have it there. It's pretty cool. I was actually just recently watching Conan the Destroyer. We're gonna do Conan the Barbarian, Jason Momoa review. So I had to watch the Destroyer to get that out of my head. And last on the list from NE Comic and Toy, Jeff DePrez, we got the Ultimates #1. Now, the Ultimates #1 is basically the Avengers of a new universe that was created, the Ultimate Universe, back in the early 2000s. It was a new line of Marvel books that were set in an alternate reality or a different universe, which was a little bit more grounded and a little more based. And they weren't called the Avengers, they were called the Ultimates. And this is issue #1. This is a $5 book in really, really good condition. So I'm really happy about that. Wait a minute. I know what you're saying. There was only 15 there. There was only 15. Forgot to pick it up on the pile. We have X Factor #51. This is an amazing... Ooh, I can't even see who the cover is by. I can't see it. But it's dope. And it's X Factor #51. This is about a $5 book. Alright? There's your number 16. Alright, so I'm going to give you all the totals now. Remember, this was 16 books. We paid $16 for them. That's $1 a piece. All the books, after I looked up through Cover Price and Key Collector and eBay and all these different things, and I come to kind of like an average of what it is, worth about $116. That leaves us with a profit of about $100, which is excellent. When you pay 16 bucks and then they're worth 116. Now remember, you might keep some, you might sell some, but that's the fun of the game. You know what I mean? You want to get some extra money so you can continue this comic book collecting. This is kind of the way it is. Don't be afraid to go through these dollar bins and spend that time to go through these dollar bins, because you can find some really, really good gems there. I'm telling you, digging them dollar bins. And once again, I want to say shout out to NE Comic and Toy, Jeff DePrez, for giving us the Heroes in Crisis 1 through 9 for one of our giveaways. We really, really appreciate that. Go follow them on Instagram, NE Comic and Toy, Jeff DePrez. They are the source for geek culture in New England. Go check them out. That's another episode of Dollar Bin Diving here at the Council of Comics. We have a whole playlist so you can watch other videos that we've done. See if you got a couple of these in your collection. We want to thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. So remember to like and subscribe to the channel. Support us so we can keep doing these videos for you guys. Remember, we have tons of playlists of reviews. New Comic Book Day. We're about to hit episode 50 of New Comic Book Day. Yeah, you know. Remember, you can also follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and of course, right here on YouTube. So, for myself and the rest of the Council of Comics, thank you for watching. We love you, and we'll check you next time.